Hi, everybody. Welcome to the London session of the new week. So, we're going to be taking a moment to, uh, make sure we have the best trading week this week. We're going to do our best to make sure that this week is a very good week, okay? I feel like I want to start on this note that, as traders, the most important thing that is in our control are the things that we should actually do. We should focus our actions and our energies on things that we can actually control. And one of the things that we can control in the market is the trades that we take. We can control the trades that we take. We can also control the amount of risk that we put on in the trade. And also finally, we can control for how long we trade, right? So those are things that are in our control. And for things that are in our control, we need to make sure that we are actually doing them. We're doing the things that are in our control, taking control of it, and not just letting the market do whatever it wants for us. All right. So with that said, let's go on to the chart for this morning. What are we looking out for this week? Okay. And in fact, this week is a very amazing week because not only are we actually not only are we going to be trading, we're also starting a challenge today. This also is going to give us all the opportunity to, you know, learn together and also, enjoy running a challenge. So we're going to be trading a prop firm challenge, a $5,000. You can see the two episodes of the videos that is on the channel. It talks about the trading plan, how we're going to be trading the account, and also how we're going to be passing it. So the trading is going to start today at New York session. So this London session is just to look at the market analysis, see what's actually happening right now in the market, and then we'll set an expectation for the day for New York session rather. Okay, and also we'll take a look at the news that will be happening this week. Okay, so I think first of all, let's start with the news. It's looking like there is bank holiday today in the US. Anyway, it's looking like that's exactly what it is. So there's bank holiday today in the US. This means that the volatility in the markets might be normal. It might just be normal. It may not be too the volatility may not spike like that. That's for just today. For tomorrow, there's no USD impact news. So the only news is for people who are trading GBP USD pounds. And okay, on Wednesday, there's FOMC meeting, and that's in the evening Nigerian time. And on Thursday, there's unemployment claims data coming out at 2:30, so that potentially can also affect that trade. And then on Friday, there is PMI, okay. There's a bunch of news, one at 2:30 and then another one at 3:45. So Friday, we're going to be very careful about the trade. So now that we know that there are no there are no news that is going to be potentially affecting our trade like that, then let's go back to the charts and talk about the outlook that we actually have for NASDAQ for this day. Okay, so um, first thing first, let's turn on session break so we can know what happened last week and where we are today in respect to that. I believe that last week we were looking for NASDAQ to enter into our buy zone and then give a buy. I think it did, and then it started, trending upward, and that's actually nice because now that NASDAQ potentially is creating a buy structure, now it's more simpler. What we need to wait for is just wait for price like pull into an area of interest, and then we would wait to see a bullish reaction or a candle reaction in the area of interest, and then we'll decide to take the trade. So, but first of all, let's mark our previous day high and previous day low. What we mean by that is that where is the highest point in price on Friday? So this is the Friday level. This is the highest point that price got to on Friday. And let me mark it out like this. So this was the highest point that price got to on Friday, right? So I marked that out with my previous day high previous day high, and this is the previous day low. And for the previous day low, this is the place where the lowest point that NASDAQ got to on Friday, and this is the lowest point that NASDAQ got to on Friday. Okay, so I marked that out with my previous day low indication. And now that we know that NASDAQ was trading between this range, just this range and this range, a 400 points movement. That is what NASDAQ is trading within on Friday. Now, what needs to happen actually in order for NASDAQ to, so direction, let's talk about direction. Where is NASDAQ going? I believe that from where NASDAQ is right now, NASDAQ is going here into this resistance level over here. That's the first target, and that provides us a good opportunity, especially if we're able to enter a trade. That is a 500 point movement, and if we're able to enter a trade, even with a 200 point stop loss, that would be a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and that would really be very good if we're able to actually get this trade. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to mark out areas of interest. Now that we potentially know where NASDAQ is going, we are going to mark out potential area of interest. And in order to mark area of interest, I like to turn on the session break. So when you turn on the session break, you know, okay, where are, first of all, the areas of liquidity. And these are like criteria for you to be able to tell that this is the area that you're going to be waiting for your zone. Do you understand? So now that we have the Asian range turn on, right now in this London session, you notice that um, NASDAQ is still trading inside of the range, okay, inside of the Asian range. And you can see that the Asian range is from here to here. So if NASDAQ is still trading within this range, we need to see a breakout. Normally, NASDAQ is going to break out in the direction that it is going. It's going to break out in the direction that it is going first. Then it's going to pull back. For example, now it's going to go like this, pull back, and go like this. All right, this is scenario number one. It's going to make a breakout to the upside, pull back into the 50% range of the Asian range, and then boom, make a push to the upside. However, there's a second scenario that NASDAQ can do as well. NASDAQ from this level may come, tap this, and maybe even go lower, retap this zone, then begin to give a buy, right? And that's possible. And the third scenario basically is that from here, it breaks out, come back, breaks the low, and then begin to give a buy, right? So how will you know when this is happening? You have to wait until like New York session. So at New York session, you want to see the reaction of NASDAQ around, if by New York session, NASDAQ is still trading within this range, definitely there's going to be a pullback. And when there's a pullback like this, if before New York session, NASDAQ have not already broken even previously high, definitely there's going to first of all they will take the low. Then when they are now beginning to give a buy, that's exactly when we're going to engage, right? Otherwise, it could just be something like this. They go up, break, and then they start going down, and then you don't want to be caught in this type of move. So in terms of area of interest, where we are looking to actually take trade, since NASDAQ was, on Friday, NASDAQ got to this level, that was trading back downward as a pullback. That means it's respecting somewhere over here, a level over here, right? So this level is still going to be our first area of interest. The reason why is because this level also has a range. It has a liquidity below it, which is the Asian low. So you want to see potentially NASDAQ pull back into this zone, maybe even take it a little bit like this, and then begin to give a buy formation, then you can take a trade. And the second area of interest is going to be from where it is right now, it's going to be below here, which is exactly the previous day low level, right? And then take the trade to the upside. Okay, this is going to be the two area of interest that we are going to potentially be trading NASDAQ from today. Obviously, we're going to wait to see what happens between now and New York session. So at New York session, we're going to come back and see if NASDAQ has actually done any of these things that we just mentioned. You'll notice that I didn't actually even switch to the higher time frame. The reason is because the objective of the higher time frame is, to me, is still currently the same as we have for last week. So this is the 4-hour. And what we can see on the 4-hour is that NASDAQ is currently within this swing range from here to here, right? And what has it done now? It has pulled back, right, and face a resistance. And what does the resistance do? The resistance pulls the price back into this demand level. And now inside this demand level, we're already getting a reaction, right, like this. So what's possible again is that either this reaction will pull back again and then go like this, breaking this minor resistance, giving it another pullback, and then even breaking more. This is very likely to be like, what's going to happen, right? So And if this is exactly what the price wants to do, then our own job is to be able to read the price action when it's happening and then take the trade in that direction. So I'm still very bullish bias on this. So anyway, with that said, let me do a recap of our expectation for today. So we're expecting NASDAQ to keep pushing up, and we're going to wait till New York session in order for us to be able to participate in the trade. So NASDAQ can pull like this, pull back, and then we can take it back to this level. I believe that NASDAQ is going to reach this. NASDAQ needs to reach this level. So anyway, with that, I think that's going to be it for this London outlook, and we're going to have a good week by the grace of God. What we need to do now basically is go get ready. We're going to be trading in the New York session, especially we're going to be trading in the live account, in the challenge account rather, the $5,000 prop firm account. It's going to be the first trade. If there is opportunity today, we'll take it. If not, then obviously I do hope that we get an opportunity to trade today. Okay, with that said, that's it, everyone. Thank you for coming. If you have any question, always leave it in the comments or check the link in the description to also join the Telegram channel. Happy and safe trading, everyone. Bye bye, and see you in the New York